holy mothers of the mothers.
Holy mother of all the mothers in the
Yeah.
whole motherland.
Recognize.
Good evening, Miss April G.
You got nice bright lights.
I'm in the studio. I'm in the home studio right now. So I got the lights here. You know, I do a little bit of podcasting and streaming in here. So I'm kind of, you know, I got my little setup here. So yeah, I got the bright lights nearby.
Well, I'm truly honored, bro, for real.
Appreciate you.
So starting out, if you could tell me a little bit about your background, whatever you're comfortable with, your age, where you're from, family, school, whatever.
Yeah. I go by Wrekonize. I'm known mostly from being in the group Mayday, but been a solo artist for the better part of like 20 years. I'm 42 now. I'll be 43 in May, so I'm coming up on my 43rd. And been in the music game for like a couple decades now. And yeah, I'm down here in Miami, Florida, just doing my thing, still fighting the good fight one day at a time.
All righty. When did you get into music? Have you always wanted to be a rapper? And if not, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm working on the growing up part. My parents are musicians. So my father was a singer, well, is still to this day, singer songwriter. But all through me growing up, like he was writing songs and recording, and taught me and my sister how to write a song. Like the first song I ever wrote was as a 9-year-old with my pops, basically showing us, oh, here's how you write a song. And my mom as well was initially in a band with him when they were together. And then she was in her own band as well. She was a backup singer in a band for some years. So I would go to band practice with her, and then I would go see my pops in New York, and I'd go to the studio with him. And just
always around music.
Yeah. It's always been around. And my family's always been in the arts. My grandfather was a famous like comedian and actor in England doing his thing back in the day. So like there was always like entertainment in the family. A bunch of my family members do something creative, you know, or some kind of performance art. So it's always just kind of been around. And probably around the age like 9, 10, I started to kind of like, you know, I learned how to write a song with my dad, and then started to think about doing it on my own. And initially it was really just about singing. I just wanted to do music. Like I hadn't really gotten into hip hop yet. Right. So I just wanted to sing and write songs. Like, you know, my parents listened to Talking Heads and Led Zeppelin and Fleetwood Mac. And so I just wanted to make music, period. And then probably a couple years later, around like 11, 12, I started to like get into hip hop. And then once I got into hip hop, I was like, man, forget the singing. I just want to rap, you know, I just want to do that. So I started to get like super into rap at that point, and started to be like, okay, this is what I want to do. And it would be years before I finally like came back the other direction and started to like want to sing as well, and start to, you know, do other things other than just rapping. But in that first, it had me in a chokehold when I first discovered, you know,
you have a great singing voice. I love it. Like,
appreciate you.
Like when in Fragile, the song Fragile, I love that. Like, just, I know the whole thing, but I love it.
Appreciate that.
Okay. Do you have a certain writing process?
Yeah, I mean, to me at this stage of the game, like a lot of like you'll meet certain writers that have a certain process in terms of like music or lyrics first, and people often ask us that, and for me it's always been music first. It has to be the music first. So a piece of music too. Yeah, like, you know, sometimes you could write and you'll just write with the wind. You just write, and then you'll put the words of something else, and that'll come every now and again. I'll get a bar or two and I'll put it in the notepad and save it for later. But for the most part, like my normal process is just to sit with the music, attack the music right there, then and there, whether it be a freestyle or an album cut or whatever, and just go straight into it right there off the music. And then maybe I'll pull a bar or two from something like along my travels, but most of the time it's just kind of like sit down with the music and go. And then other than that, you know, I used to have a lot of more idiosyncrasies when I was growing up, you know, maybe have a little sip of something, or like, you know, I had to take my shirt off in the booth because I felt like I couldn't breathe. Like my breath control was better if I didn't have my shirt choking me. Like I used to have a lot of those type of things. But now, like, you know, all these years later, I'm real comfortable. I just get in the studio, just put the music on and go.
You produce too, correct?
Yeah. I'm what I like to call myself a self-loathing beat maker. Like,
Mhm.
like when it comes to production, like I can get in the room with the homies and produce. I feel like I'm quite good at that. When it comes to like beat making, the actual button pushing of it, I like to make beats just because I like it and I have fun doing it, I enjoy it. But I'll make 10 beats and then I'll be like hate 9 of them. And one
Yeah.
of them I'll be like, yeah, there's that one. So there's been, times over the years where I placed some beats. I did Blur for Tech Nine. And then I did a whole EP, Murs in Miami, for Murs. So like there's been a few moments where I like put my real like beat maker hat on and producer hat on and kind of like got out there. But for the most part, like I just kind of make beats for fun. And then like if they happen to end up somewhere, every now and again a Mayday track, or I think I've only done maybe 1 or 2 solo records of mine in my whole catalog, be it my actual beats.
Wow.
Most of the time I go to other people for that.
The thing you did, the Get Right With You.
Yeah.
You did that beat too, didn't you?
No. That was actually oh my goodness, who is that? I'm about to look it up for you. It was
Bro,
it's
that's
like
my favorite thing by you.
Is it? Oh man,
Yes.
I got a lot of love for that one. And what's funny is it was it's a Migos record.
Oh, okay. See,
Yes.
I never listened to Migos like that. So
Yeah, it's a Migos record. And what's funny is like I'm not like the biggest, like I'm not the most well versed in Migos catalog either. But I heard that beat randomly and I was like, yo, this beat is fire. What is this? And then I hadn't even heard the Migos record. Still to this day, I'm not sure if I ever heard it. But that beat, I had to take it for a spin.
Oh,
It was fun.
Number 33. That's just fire, bro.
I appreciate that.
Your rapper name, how did you come up with it?
So when I was in middle school, about like 12, 13 years old, I was hanging with my boy Eddie Noga, who's not with us anymore, rest in peace. But he was a graffiti writer, and he wrote Sake the Great, and he was tagging up, and we'd kick it at his house, and I'd see him like writing his black book and doing bombing pieces and stuff. And so I was like, yo, I want to do that too. It looks dope. So then I started trying to like kind of study with him to become like a graffiti writer, but I'm not really that good when it comes to like the graphic arts, So I realized I can't really draw that well, but I was like kind of emulating and like starting and trying. And before I gave up, he was letting me look through all his books at his house. And one of the books he possessed in his collection was called Subway Art. And it's a book by a famous photographer named Martha Cooper. And she basically went and photographed all these dope spots in New York in the 80s, these trains, walls, murals, all this stuff. And on the cover, there was a train that somebody had bombed, Wrekonize, written that way. And I saw it and I just gravitated towards it. And I kept trying to emulate that style of writing. And then I kept writing it. It was kind of practicing just that phrase, that word. And then I started to think about it like, oh, I loved what it, in my mind, what it meant. Like my pops always told me, be observant, recognize what your surrounding, what's around you. Exactly. So I was like, you know what, I might like adopt that and just start to write that as practice. And then music came shortly after that. It was already kind of running parallel. So when I decided like, oh, I'm going to do music, I just already had kind of adopted Wrekonize. So then I just said, I'm going to just keep it. And ran with it from there. So it started as kind of graffiti and then went into music.
Oh, that's dope. When did you sign to Strange Music? And is that the only label you've ever been on?
No, we signed to Strange in 2011, but I had my first actual record deal 2004. It was right after I did the MTV MC battle in 2003, and I was supposed to get a single contract when I won that contest with Rockefeller, but that didn't end up working out. So I went back to Miami and I tapped in with this indie label called South Beat Records, and they were just starting up. So they signed this Latin pop artist named Raito, this R&B artist named Jay Shin, and then they signed Mayday and myself. Mayday at that time was just a 2-man group, and then me as a solo artist. So I had a deal there, and my album ended up getting shelved and didn't get released before the label went under. But the company and the recording studio ended up operating for quite some time. And I had already gotten so cool with everybody there that I just kind of like hung around after, and I worked for the company. And then I just was like floating around trying to use the studios as much as I could. So that was kind of like my first record deal, which I kind of like refer to as like my college years. It was like, I was there for like 7 years.
I'm assuming that's where you met Mayday.
Yeah, I had met Burns and Plex like shortly before that whole situation, because when I went to New York to do that battle, Plex was living up there, and I went to Plex's crib, and like I knew him, but I didn't know him super well yet. I was still
Right.
getting to know him. But the way I met them was that the Miami music scene was real tight knit at that time. And so there would be like MC battles and jams, and then there would be performances. And then I wasn't really established, but these guys were in other groups before they started Mayday. So I was a fan of the groups that they were in before they started Mayday. So when
Oh,
they started
dope.
Mayday, yeah, I was like, Burns was in a group called Evolver, Plex was in a group called Algorithm, and I was a fan. I was there, I was buying their records, I was in the club when they were performing, and then I was just trying to network as well because I wanted to be in the scene. So I would try to meet them both at shows, tell them I like their stuff, would love to work together at some point. So by the time the MTV situation happened, I'd already kind of like established and become known to them by just popping up in the scene and doing what I did.
Mhm.
And then shortly after that, when we got signed to the same label, those subsequent years is when we got cool. And then when 2009 rolled around, that's when they were like, yo, we want to put another vocalist in the group. What do you think? Do you want to join? And it was kind of a no-brainer at that point. I was already so
Right.
cool.
It's
I
meant to
loved it.
be.
It was meant to be, yeah. And I love their music. So I was like, yo, I want to be a part of it.
That is so dope, man. So have y'all been signed to Strange? Are you still signed to Strange?
No, we got off of Strange in 2022. And
Okay.
so we were there for 11 years. And then we were there from 2011 to 2022. And then we basically converted the rest of our recording agreement at the time to a distribution agreement, because
Okay.
Tech and Trav have a sister company called It Goes Up. And that's just a distribution leg. So we basically started our own labels, started our own companies to basically put out our own material, and then we distributed through their company. So we still work with them. We
Right.
went on tour with Tech the year after we kind of like made that transition, and yeah,
I
and we've been doing that
think
ever since.
I was we met y'all. Me and my son met y'all in Knoxville, Tennessee.
I remember
Um,
that. I do remember
yeah,
that. Yeah. Hell yeah.
that was his
That's dope.
first concert.
Was it his first?
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That's
He
the
had
best.
he had an amazing time. Okay,
Nothing
so
like Nothing like
what?
when somebody says it's their first, because then you
Oh
never,
man,
you know what I mean? You have
my
an embedded core memory there.
my first.
Yeah,
I'm about
no.
your age. I'm 45, so my
Mhm.
first was New Kids.
Fire. Yes, let's go. Let's go. I love that.
Oh my gosh. I haven't been to many concerts though. All right, so
Yes,
how many albums do you have? What's your favorite?
It's tough. It's tough. I always say like the newest one is the favorite one, because it's like, the newest, freshest thing off the, the newest, freshest thing smoking. So for me, like for solo, right this minute, I would say it's Pressure Point. But when the when I like kind of step back and do more of a macro look, Into the Further is like personally has some of my favorite records on it. And I always push for that one because I feel like it's probably the least mentioned one. Like War Within, the first album I put out on Strange, gets a lot of mention. Sorry for Skeptics being like my first independent release before Strange gets a lot of mention. So I always push for Into the Further. But currently, if somebody was like, what are you about? I'm sliding on Pressure Point, which was the last full length album I put out. And for Mayday, I would say it's probably between South of Fifth and Believers. Believers, because like we've done that whole album cover to cover on tour before, and we have like the most popular records in our catalog is on that album. But South of Fifth was just a lot of fun to record, and that's not including Murs Day, which was also incredibly fun to record when we teamed up with Murs.
I bet. Okay, what's your favorite collab that you've ever done?
Oh man, that's tough. I'm a super Black Thought fan. So, from the early Roots days and when I first discovered the Roots, like getting to do a song and getting to have Black Thought on a song was a big one for me, and still to this day is like a big one. And the way it happened and the way he navigated it, because we were doing it through his management, because we had done a few songs with with some of the homies in the Money Making Jam Boys, which same manager, and just the way that he like knocked it out for us and came through for us, and the way he like it was just a great experience. We didn't do it in the same room or anything, but it was just a great experience top to bottom, and it's just like one that I cherish. And then we also got Pharoah Monch on a remix around that same time, and Pharoah Monch, Pharoah is like inspiration for me since the first time I ever heard him. So getting to trade bars with him was also highly, favorable for me. So it's like, it's tough because with Mayday, we've done a lot of collabs over the years. There's a lot of amazing artists we got to work with that it's like, you could rank it in different ways. There's like, some of them are just like, how did the feature come out? How was what the artist contributed? And then some of them is like, the experience was dope. Like we got to record Freeway in the studio. We got to record Pasta News from De La Soul. Like we got to record in the booth with Tech a few times. So it's like, some of those memories is like, it's about the actual experience. So it's like, it's tough. There's a lot of super talented people we're lucky to work with.
Absolutely. What would be your dream collab?
Man, I still would love to do some off the wall ones. Right now, if you're talking about like most relative to what I feel like I do, Anderson .Paak right there is like pretty high for me. Yeah. Like I'm a super Anderson .Paak fan. Malibu, one of my favorite albums of the past decade. So he's up there. But then I got like some that are just kind of out there, like not hip hop, like a Bjork, like a Peter Gabriel, like a Seal, like a Sade, like some vocalists.
Oh,
yeah, I'm a super Seal fan. So it's like I would like to do something like that as well, where it'd be like maybe I just rap and then get somebody that's an amazing vocalist to come in and do a hook and something that no one would expect. So one of those would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. What are your thoughts on reactions, reactors, and long bar breakdowns? Because there's a difference between, like a regular reaction and then your long bar breakdown. So long bar breakdown, I don't know if I'm familiar with that term, so break that down for me if you wouldn't mind. It's somebody like me who breaks down the lyrics, the bars,
the lyrics itself, rather than
points out the metaphors and the double entendres and the
gotcha.
Okay.
Got you. I mean, I think like the reactions in general are super fun. It's like, to me, like one of the best aspects of music is like the community part of it. Like music is magic. You can just listen to it in your room by yourself and it's wonderful. But there's a whole nother layer of that onion that I feel like sometimes is overlooked by certain people because they don't exchange the music with other people. Whereas like I get a super joy in putting people onto music, and I want people to put me onto music and vice versa. Yeah. And being able to like share in the opinions of music with other people is fun. So like doing the barbershop thing about a record or an album is super fun. So the reactions is kind of like the new wave of that, where I feel like, well, not new, but the newer wave of that, where it's like, I get that same vibe where it's like you're getting to watch somebody's reaction to it, and it's solidifying for you, or sometimes it might even make you rethink your opinion, and it's giving you a whole different angle. So I dig the reactions. I definitely dig the long bar breakdown stuff a little bit more because I'm a music nerd. So it's like I like to hear like I want to hear the breakdowns. I want you to, and then as a lyricist, I like that stuff too, because a lot of times you'll break down a bar and you'll point out something that I didn't realize or intend when I wrote it. And then it might be doper than what I meant. And then that's happened to me mad time. Yeah. And you'd be like, yo, I didn't think about it like that. And then it turns out to be something, it takes on a life of its own. So the magic of the interpretation by different people is something I'm a super fan of. So I dig it all. I love it. And I think really it's like helping to keep music going into this weird modern stage that we're
it's crazy with AI and everything. What are your thoughts on AI?
I'm like a technologist for real. Like I like technology. Like I've always been cool with technology in terms of like its place in music, and I feel like there's definitely like a holier than thou approach when it comes to like people's reaction to technology first coming into music. So I'm not totally I'm not totally like this to AI right off the rip, but it's the scariest I've ever been, the scariest I've ever felt in terms of like technology's impact on music. So it's like at the end of the day, like some of these tools, really, it's the tools themselves I personally don't have a problem with. Right. What the problem with me is the ethics of it. if data is being scraped from artists without their consent, they're not being paid, and then it's replicating things that people do without them even knowing, like there's a murky ethical like ground that I don't really want to be. Yeah, I don't really want to be standing on that. But in theory, what some of those tools can do, if they were able to do it in a way that wasn't doing that, which I don't know if that's even possible at this point, but if there was that those things interest me. I'm like, okay, cool, because at the end of the day, there's only so much that somebody with no like drive or technical ability is going to be able to accomplish on a Suno. Like it's all going to be kind of niche, and a lot of that stuff sounds a lot the same.
I've used Suno. That's so funny.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the most popular ones. So it's like there's only, at the end of the day, like there's only so much that you can get out of it without, it takes something to, what I mean?
I'm pretty anti AI now. I don't use any of that crap. None of the chat GPT, none of that stuff. I don't know. It's just something about it. I think it's not good. It's not going to be good. So I don't want to support anything.
My two major problems with it right now are the ethics of it and the ecological impact of it. Like if it's going, whatever it is that's cool right now, whether it's a query on something, a project you need help with, a music, whatever it may be, if it's costing us water that we want to drink later, that's a problem. You know what I mean? Right. Like that is a problem. So it's like, I have strong reservations about those two things. I think when it comes to like the technology, if they can figure out how to make that more efficient and make it not so ethically like, offensive, then I'd be into it, because at the end of the day, like some beautiful things could come of it. But right now it's still very scary. That's right.
It is. Okay. Who are, not to be confused with your top 5, but who are your biggest influences, inspirations for your music?
It's gonna be A$AP Rock is a big one for me. Listening to him coming up,
an alien.
Yeah, he's amazing. I almost got him on a record for Last Day Alive. Murs connected me with him, and I said,
"He's smart for me." I mean, I'm a pretty smart person, but I'm just like, bro. I reacted. The first thing I ever reacted to by him was Pumpkin Seeds, and I was just blown away. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, he's an alien. He's the vocabulary is amazing, and then the poetry is just like is wild. It's very descriptive, very like you could see it in your head for real. So it's like I've always been a big fan of him. I'm a super fan of LP. Now in turn Run the Jewels with Killer Mike. Pharaoh's up there for me. De La Soul, like Pasa Newsom, rest in peace, Trugoy. Like I literally followed De La Soul around like a couple of tours in Florida. Like I was just popping up every show that they went to. That basically like a few shows in, they kind of knew me. They were like, oh yeah, like okay, like they kind of knew, they were familiar with me. I've always been super inspired by them. Their ability to exist in hip hop in a time when like it wasn't cool to be something else, and they were like, nah, we're something else. I always super respect that. So it would be for me it's De La, it's Pharaoh, it's A$AP Rock. Nas had a big influence on me coming up. Gangstar, like Premier and Guru, big influences on me coming up. And then like in my first like chapter of hip hop was like gangster rap though. Before I got into all that stuff, I was a Biggie fan, I was a Snoop fan. Like I came up through DMX, like that kind of stuff really like got my attention when I was at that age.
When I was in high school, it was No Limit and Cash Money. That's what was really popular down here. The East Coast, for whatever reason, East Coast rappers weren't really popping down here. I live in a very small country city, if you can't tell. It's got like population 7,000.
Wow.
Very small city. So I don't know why East Coast wasn't popping down here, but they wouldn't. I had never heard. I knew who Nas was, obviously. Never heard a Nas song until I started my channel in 2019. Never amazing. Heard of Lupe Fiasco until I started my channel. I mean, it's I've been turned on to several people because of this channel, and I'm so grateful for it.
I think people take for granted now like how accessible regions are, but back in our day, you know what I mean, back a little bit, some years ago, it was the regional thing was real. Like
Yeah.
you'd be in one pocket of the country and not hear anything about, like, it was very rare that we heard any hyphy stuff from the Bay down in the Southeast. Like, we didn't hear it.
Right.
So it's like when you got a hold of something from a different part of the country, it was a big deal and it was hard to get. And so like that regional thing, I definitely miss a little bit of that, and it was special. And so like when No Limit came, and started infiltrating our area, because we're in the
Mhm.
south, we're in the southeast, so it's like we had that stuff coming down from New York, but we also had like Atlanta stuff and like New Orleans stuff coming down our way. So we had like a weird kind of like mixture of the two. But yeah, when No Limit and Cash Money kind of came across the radar in Miami, it was game over.
Oh yeah, and Lil Jon, he
Yeah.
was real popular. I'm from Alabama and live in Tennessee, so yeah, like you said, the regional stuff is real. Like you said,
Yeah.
Biggie down here, it was Tupac.
Yeah.
And but I like Biggie, but not as much as Tupac. Okay, who's your top 5 dead or alive?
Oh man, it's Black Thought. This changes from time to time, and it's always like it changes. And on top of that,
7 people in my top 5, 2
Fine.
tied for number 1 and 2 tied for number 5. So
and then I always try to tell people, like, I know it's probably just considered to be overall, but then like sometimes like when I put people in the top 5, I'm like, well, I'm talking about like their ability as MCs, and then like they might not have the deepest catalog,
Right.
but they are amazing, whatever. So anyways, but for either way, at the end of the day, if I like gun to my head, my top 5 is Black Thought, it's Pharoah Monch, it's Slick Rick. He was a major influence on me too. I gotta go with Nas as well, and then like I often like get kind of like edged into pushing like a Jay-Z or somebody like that, but I think when it came down, when it boils down to it, I bumped a lot more of either like a lot of East Coast stuff when I was growing up, so like your Gurus or Pasta News, De La Soul. But I think if I got to slide a top 5 in there, it might be, this is my bias now, but just because I've seen him do what he does in person and it's insane, I got to put Tech in my top 5 too, because
he's in my top 5.
Yeah. Like I cannot. It would just be criminal for me to leave him out of my top 5. He's an alien.
My top 5 in order. Number 1 is Eminem and Lupe Fiasco. I have them tied for number 1.
Tied. Okay, that's a good one.
That's crazy for me because Eminem's been my number 1 since '99, and I was just introduced to Lupe in 2022.
Wow, that's impressive.
I've listened to a lot. People requested the shit out of him once they heard I'd never heard him,
Mm-hmm.
And then number 2 is Tupac. 3 is Kendrick Lamar. 4 is King Crooked. And 5 is Tech 9. And the unpopular one, NF. I love NF.
Yeah, I like NF too. I need to get more into his catalog because I haven't heard it all. But every time I hear something in his, it's always dope.
Oh man, he's dope. Okay, what is your biggest strength and your biggest weakness?
Good question. That's a good one.
That's what everybody says.
That's a tough one when you have to analyze yourself like that.
Yeah.
I think strength is probably just like positivity for the most part. Like even as jaded as I consider myself to be, or cynical as I consider myself to be all these years later, I'm still like a pretty positive person, which is kind of like why I make moody music. Yeah, like I'm just, the world's burning outside, but I'm like, every day's a gift. Man. Like, let's go, like, so it's like, I'm good at converting that energy into positive energy. So I'd say positivity at the end of the day is my strength. And then weakness is like, I guess it's probably like, I'm a little bit scatterbrained. I think, like I try to take on too much sometimes. So it's like, I'll try to juggle too many projects, and, it's hard to complete things if you're doing 5 things at once. So I get a little bit scatterbrained sometimes.
To be like a perfectionist.
Yeah. I'm a little obsessive. I'm a little obsessive compulsive,
I
and
was gonna
yeah.
say that, but I didn't want to offend you.
No. Yeah, I'm a little obsessive compulsive for sure. And then like, yeah, just like definitely like I get multiple ideas at the same time and think I can juggle it and try to take on. And my kids are 8 now, so they're getting older. But the first few years of their lives, like it was
Oh my
hard for me
God.
because I was trying to take on too much. And then
Yeah.
with parenting, and I had twins, it was double trouble.
Oh
So
man.
it was a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot.
No
Okay, this is
worries.
just like a list of your favorites.
Okay.
Fans tend to like this. So, your favorite color?
It's been green my whole entire life, but if you notice the studio I'm in right now is like kind of an orange color because they
Mhm.
said like orange it like sparks like creative energy, and I like grew to really love that color when I made this room that color. So now it kind of bounces back between green and orange.
Mine's black and purple.
Black has also always been one of mine too, just because I like to wear black all the time.
And there's people that's like, black isn't a color, it's the absence of color. And I'm like, bro, stop it. It's in the crayon box. Like,
Straight
shut the
up.
fuck up. Your favorite animal?
Favorite animal?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a tricky one. I would say probably man. I think I'll say probably like an eagle or something, like a bird of some type. I think
Yeah.
birds are wild and like yes, sort of eagle or a hawk or something.
Tech cracked me up. He said myself.
Fire, because I'm a beast.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, there we go.
Exactly what he said. Okay, car.
Car. I'm not like the biggest car person for real, but yeah, I'm not super into cars like that. I mean, I appreciate cars. I'm just not like the most well versed, and I think like if money was no object, maybe I'll just kind of get into it. But like in this day and age, I'm just like whatever gets me there, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but I would say like if if I won the lotto tomorrow, like I wouldn't be running out and getting like some sort of flashy car. I want something like a old muscle car, like what John Wick drove, or you know what I mean, or the Mustang and Gone in 60 Seconds, something classic, some like kind of old Mustang
I like
Shelby, something.
The 2013 black Camaros.
Yeah, the Camaros are dope. My kids really love the Camaros, and I like the Challengers. The Dodge Challengers are cool, and they got some dope. I like Audis too. Audi's got some cool looking cars. So yeah, like but those Camaros are fire. I would love to rock one of those.
Your favorite food, as in like a dish, like if you had to eat one meal the rest of your life.
Oh man, it'd probably be like a curry, like a Thai curry or an Indian curry, something like that. Like a
so you like
spicy.
like a
yeah. It's not really even the spice that like
spicy.
it's not even the spice that like I mean I dig the spice, but it ain't even the spice that draws me there. It's the like flavors. Like if you were to take the spice out, I would still rock with it. Like the actual flavors they use in Thai cooking and the flavors they use in Indian cooking, like are just very like they're just delicious and different. Yeah. So it's like the spice is cool and I'm with it, but it's not the main focus for me to be there. It's like the spice is here.
I have never understood people who like spicy stuff for the spice. Like, why would you enjoy putting something hot in your mouth and it burning your tongue? I just don't get it.
There's definitely too spicy. I will tell you that much. I agree.
Oh yeah. Your favorite type of food? Mine's Italian.
Okay, so this is gonna be interesting because it used to be I could say like Italian or like sandwiches, if you can count that as one. But I became gluten intolerant in like 2019. Ooh. So my body stopped rocking with gluten, which makes it very difficult for me to like rock with certain cuisines.
Right.
But I would say still to this day, like and including even with being gluten intolerant, like Mexican food is like it's definitely up there. Mexican food is super up there. Yeah. And I'm down in Miami, so
Chinese too. I love Chinese.
Chinese is amazing too. Chinese food is good. It's a little harder for me to eat it now because like I have to bob and weave the gluten stuff. But I'm in Miami, so South American food, Latin American food, Central American food.
I like the Southern like soul food. That's what I grew up on, like pinto beans and cornbread. Country stuff.
Oh, for sure. Some of the best meals I had are like soul food spots.
Okay, your favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant? Man, That would be probably I think it's probably Jack Stacks in Kansas City, the barbecue spot.
Okay, never heard of it. I like
Oh my
Cheesecake
god.
Factory.
Oh, I just ate
Oh
there this
man.
weekend.
Oh, you're
Cheesecake,
lucky. I haven't gotten to eat there in years.
cheesecake is good. No, Jack. If you ever get a chance, you're in Kansas City. Jack Stacks is kind of like their fanciest barbecue restaurant, but
Okay.
it's not because it's fancy, but it's just because I mean it's a regular restaurant. But I'm saying you know how
Right.
normally barbecue's like a shack, you know what I
Right.
mean? But
Right.
this is like a restaurant, kind of like a Cheesecake Factory style.
Yeah.
But the food is phenomenal. It's the best barbecue I ever had in my life.
Yeah, I love barbecue too. Your
Super good.
favorite non-alcoholic drink, like your go-to, is it water or?
I mean, yeah, I'm a big water drinker, but it used to be like ginger ale, but now like I try not to rock with soda. Like, yeah, that used to be my jam, but I can't do it
Man,
anymore. I
it's my
can't do it.
weakness. I've
I
gotten
can't.
now though where I only drink one a day, which is amazing for me.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
'cause
yeah,
I
yeah.
used to drink like 6 a day.
Oh man, no, no, no. Yeah, it's like that's like the soda that got the most. Not to sound like an old man, but it's got like the most sugar in it of every soda. Like you know what I'm saying?
That's what my
But
dad
if you can hold it down, respect to you because I that used to be my jam. But yeah, then I went to ginger ale, and then now I try not to do too much soda, so I'll do like sparkling water. But if
Yeah,
not, then it's just water or booze. You know?
I can't drink water. It's gotta have a flavor. I
Yeah,
cannot.
yeah. That's why
I
sparkling
cannot.
water is like the good in between. You know?
Right. Your favorite rock band?
Oh man. I used to say I used to say Pink Floyd. I've seen them live a few
Oh,
times.
they're
Like
great.
I grew up listening to the Floyd. Lately, like like Zeppelin and Floyd, I kind of go back and forth. But I don't know. Like, would you consider it like Steely Dan rock band? Because like lately,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Classic
lately, yeah. Lately, Steely Dan to me has crept up there. I know it's like a way different style of rock, but it's just like they've crept up to me as like
Well,
one
see,
of the best
mine's
groups of all time.
Queen. So
Oh, that's a great one too.
I
Great
love
one.
Queen and I love Aerosmith. Love
Queen, yeah,
Nirvana. I mean, it's
yeah,
so many different ones.
yeah.
I
There's a lot
love
of.
Marilyn Manson.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, there we go.
love
Hell yeah.
them. Okay, your favorite movie?
Favorite movie is The Fifth Element. I
Oh,
would say.
really? I
Yep, yep.
didn't like that. It was weird to me. I'm like, what in
I
the
love that.
fuck am
People
I
always
watching?
people always have that react, not that particular reaction, but that a certain reaction to me saying that, and they're always like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not saying that it's the best movie ever made or anything, but I just really enjoyed like the style of it, the look of it. It took him like 20 years to make that movie. Like I was just a big and the soundtrack and score are phenomenal. I'm a big Bruce Willis fan. I'm a big Gary
Oh
Oldman
man,
fan. So like Chris Tucker's amazing in it.
so
So I just
sad about Bruce Willis, bro.
super sad,
Oh
super
my
because I'm a
god,
super fan of his. So like I
I
would say
love.
Fifth Element is up there. Seven, the movie Seven by
Oh, that's a
David
good one.
Fincher,
Brad Pitt.
crazy. Yeah, I love that movie. That movie's up there for me too. And then probably like Godfather one or two, probably up
Okay,
there for me too.
mine is Life with Martin Lawrence. And,
Life.
oh, Jangalang, Jangalang. I love that movie.
Yeah, that's a
The
classic.
Boom Boom Room.
That's a classic.
Oh my god, and Flight with Denzel Washington. That's
Oh
the
yeah, fun.
best portrayal of an addict slash alcoholic I've ever seen in a movie. Ever.
Denzel's the man. Anything
And I'm a
Denzel's in, I'm
recovering
watching.
addict, so
Mhm.
I love stuff like that.
Denzel's the man.
Oh man, your favorite TV show?
South Park.
South Park is great.
Yes, the
I
best.
think mine. I like Nurse Jackie, and I
Okay.
like Breaking Bad and Dexter and all.
Ooh, Breaking Bad is up there for me too.
Yeah.
I got. Yeah. Hold up.
Sons of Anarchy.
Come on, Breaking Bad.
Oh,
Let's
that
go.
is
Let's
amazing.
go. You already
I
know.
love Breaking Bad. Have you
Breaking
watched
Bad.
the spinoff of it?
Oh, Better Call Saul.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did, but I didn't finish it though. I still need.
me
I'm like a
neither.
season or
I
two
still
behind.
got, yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
I feel like I almost kind of want to go back and just restart it and just do it all over again.
Yeah, and they said I think a new Dexter is out too. I
There is a
hadn't
new
seen
one. There is a
I
new one.
haven't
Yeah, I kind
seen
of
it.
fell off on Dexter, but it was cool in the beginning, but I had a few little qualms here and there because it's set in Miami. So like it was a little bit
Yeah.
weird for us because they weren't really doing the best job of portraying Miami, but
Oh,
I did like it in the beginning, but I fell off like in the
I hated
third
the way
season.
it ended. I was
I heard a
so,
lot of people
oh
say
my
that.
God. I was so mad. I was mad at how Nurse Jackie ended, but I still love them. Okay, your favorite genre of music?
Um yeah, it's got to be hip hop. It's still to
Mhm.
this day, like it's still hip hop's still the thing that gets me out my seat the most. I've like come to appreciate jazz a lot more. Like in my
Yeah,
later years, like I dig a lot more jazz than I couldn't really. I was cool with jazz, but I could never really dig my teeth into it until like these last like 10 years, 15 years. But
mine's
yeah, I would say it's still
R&B.
R&B. I mean, '90s R&B is undefeated.
Oh yeah, that's what I grew up with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay, this is hard, I know, but your favorite music artist of all time? Mine's Michael Jackson.
My kids are obsessed with Michael Jackson right now. They're about to dress up to go to see the movie. Uh,
Oh, that's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
I
they are
named my
obsessed.
son after Michael Jackson. He was born on Michael Jackson's birthday.
No way.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. What's cool is like I was obsessed with Michael Jackson as a kid, and then
Hmm.
like I was all obviously after he passed and just kind of like life was moving along, like I rock him when I rock him, but not like super bumping his albums all the time.
Right.
And then my kids came along, and I was just playing the music and introducing stuff, and Michael caught their ear, and it was like magic, and it was fun to watch them because like they have no biases. They didn't see
Right.
any of that stuff
Right.
happen. They don't know any of the ups and downs or anything. So
Right.
watching them react to the music at just like a instinctual level has been a lot of fun. And then we've been like going through the catalog together. And as a fan of that artist, as a kid, when we didn't have all these media tools, now
Right.
going through now that I've been searching it for my kids, I'm getting all this Michael Jackson content in my feed, and I'm seeing all these behind the scenes things that I never
Yeah.
saw back in
Yeah.
the day, so
Amazing.
that's been super cool. So yeah, I mean MJ's up there for me. I was definitely always a super Michael Jackson fan growing up as well. I think for
Prince
me,
is
like
great too.
Prince is also great, but for me, if I had to pick one that's kind of in that echelon, James Brown is also one that's
Oh,
super
him
up there
too
for me.
influenced Michael Jackson. So,
Exactly, yeah. Like you don't get Michael, maybe not even Prince without James
oh
Brown.
no, no way. I love
Yeah.
James. I love like my favorite type of R&B, but I love the '90s R&B and like the early 2000s. But I also love like Otis Redding, uh,
Yes.
Solomon Burke, Sam
Yeah.
Cooke, people like that. Etta James. Like I love that stuff. Okay, your favorite rap group?
Oh man, very difficult. Um, I think it would probably be like depending on the mood, it would be a tie between De La Soul and Outcast. To me,
Okay, mine's
Outcast
Bone.
probably would be up there for me. It would be what's yours?
Bone.
Bone. Oh, Bone's up there too. Yeah, Bone. Oof. Bone had us
Yeah.
in a chokehold.
Oh man. Okay, this was hard. I couldn't answer it, so if you can't understand your favorite song.
Oh man, I got a list of
Kids
favorite
of
songs.
the day.
Yeah, I got a list of favorite songs, but like some of the songs on that list would be Hotel California, the Eagles,
Right. Oh man.
Rocket Man, Elton John. I absolutely love that record.
Yes.
Daylight, Aesop Rock. That's just a joint that takes me back. I just love. Oh man, what other ones? I Only Have Eyes for You by the Flamingos.
That's great.
Shabab Shabab. Oh, that's a
I
jam. That's one
love
of
50s, 60s music, man.
yes, that's
When
one of
I
my
was
favorites.
little, my parents wouldn't let me listen to like hip hop and stuff. So they were big Christians. So they would only play like the 50s, 60s type
Hmm.
bubblegum, type
Hmm.
Elvis type stuff and Christian music. So
Okay.
it wasn't until I was like 10 or 11 and my big brother snuck me a Snoop Dogg Doggy Style cassette tape and Tupac. And that was my introduction to hip. Well, I had heard on the radio and loved it. Ice Ice Baby and Baby Got Back before Tupac and Snoop. But and after I heard that, like I remember sitting in my room writing the lyrics to Lottie Dottie down on a note. Because back then we didn't have Google, you know, so I would have to write the lyrics down and rewind the cassette tape, and man.
That's the first hip hop album that I ever owned on CD. My mom bought it for me when I was 11 years old. It was Valentine's Day. She was like, "Oh, I know you really want this." So I got, and then I'm gonna show you something cool.
Okay.
So I got this in an auction recently that DJ Ski was hosting. It's
oh my God, that is amazing.
This is Snoop's actual Canadian plaque for when the record went gold. And so he was auctioning it off with a bunch of stuff. Yes, his actual plaque from when it went gold in Canada the first time. So yeah, you already know I'm right there with you on the Snoop joint.
Oh yeah,
that's a classic.
That's amazing. Okay, you're almost done with the favorites. Your favorite comedian?
Dave Chappelle.
Oh, mine too, 100%.
Hands down.
I love Cat Williams too.
Cat Williams is amazing. I've seen him live. Robin Williams is amazing. Cat Williams, I've seen live a few times. Chris Rock, I've seen live once. He's amazing.
Oh man, that's amazing.
Yeah, but still to this day, like when it's just like pound for pound stand up and just like what he's accomplished and the specials he's had, like Chappelle.
Absolutely. Okay, book.
There's a book called Ishmael. I'm not the biggest reader, like full disclosure. Yeah, I'm not the biggest reader. I used to read more back in the day, but you know how life is now as we getting older, and like all these distractions, it's tough for me to focus. But there's a book called Ishmael by Daniel Quinn, and the basic gist of the book is like this man sees an ad in the newspaper, and then it's like about a teacher that's looking for a student. Then basically the man answers the ad and he goes to this place. And then when he gets there, it's like a gorilla that's learned how to speak the English language. And so basically like he's teaching philosophy and like through this author is teaching basically through the gorilla. And it sounds bugged out, but it is fire.
It's different. It's cool. Like my favorite book is The Shack by William Paul Young. They made a movie out of it, but the movie does not do it justice at all. It's like a spiritual type movie. He takes his children to a park, and his little girl gets kidnapped and stuff. And so it's about him dealing with grief and going through hating God, and it's absolutely, it changed the way I look at like losing loved ones and stuff. It's really great. It's a great book.
I gotta peep it. All right, I'm gonna check it out.
I've read it 4 times, bro.
Nice.
I mean, I'm not a reader. I'm a writer, but I don't do the readings.
I want to get back into it. I've been trying to get back into it. I got a few books like lined up, to try and tackle, but it's an uphill battle.
I highly recommend The Shack by William Paul Young.
All right, I'm gonna put that on the list. I appreciate that.
2 more favorites. Your favorite season?
Well, I'm from Miami, so we don't really have seasons here. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would say probably like if I'm judging off of places that have proper seasons, I like fall. I think fall. Yeah, I think fall is cool when everything turns the colors and it's not super blazing hot, but it's not freezing either. Like I love that middle ground, and in certain places that's like a magic time of year.
Right. Like here, the weather is so bipolar because like it'll be hot during the day and cold at night, and it's crazy. And your favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday is I like New Year's Day.
Okay.
I like New Year's Day. Christmas is cool. I like Christmas.
I love Christmas. Okay.
Yeah, Christmas season is cool. So it would really be kind of Christmas, but like like a day that I really enjoy is just like something about New Year's Day and resetting the year. It's kind of the same way I feel about every Monday. People normally be like, fuck Mondays, I hate Monday. For me, it's like I treat Monday as the reset day. So it's like every Monday feels like a new opportunity to set the week on fire. And so I always like Mondays because I attack it like that. And I New Year's Day is like the ultimate version of that. It's like for the whole entire year, boom, all right, you got a brand new year, let's go. What you gonna do with it? And the best part is that you don't do shit the first day of the year. You chill, you watch the parade, you drink, you have mimosa, whatever. And then so it's kind of like the year's starting tomorrow, but officially we're thinking about it today, you know? So it's something about that day I always like.
You are a very positive person. I love it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I love it. I need more positive people in my life.
Let's go. It's contagious.
What does it feel like knowing your people's inspiration?
Knowing what?
That you're some people's inspiration.
Oh man. It's amazing. I think the fun part, not even fun, but like the enjoyable part about having a career that's been like long and steady, like, you know, up and down, not being like an overnight success, is that it affords you the ability to like really fully appreciate every single person that tunes in or taps in with you. So it's like I never take anything for granted. So people comment to me all the time on social media and be like, you probably never see this. And I'm like, nope, I'm seeing all of this. I'm going to see as many comments as I can see. I'm going to reply back to as many as I can.
Same way.
Yeah. Like I'm here for it. And I'm super appreciative. And I have a very strong foundation of like, I make music for me. Like I enjoy making music. It's what keeps me going. It's what keeps me happy.
Therapy.
So if nobody ever heard one of my records ever again, I would still make them and I would still enjoy making them and be happy doing that. But everything beyond that is like a bonus that I'm super appreciative for. So anytime that somebody listens to a record, gives it a chance, especially in this day and age, or comments back or sends me something about it, I take it like I never take it for granted. And then I always do my best to not let the negative comments, if there is some, outweigh the positive.
I've had to learn. I mean, because at first, that's all I could focus on was the couple of negative versus the positive. But I'm so OCD with my channel. I have to like every comment. And
Me too.
Like, I'm so OCD about it. So I've got to. I like and heart everyone.
Yeah. Well, don't feel too bad about the negative, because I learned recently. I had never heard someone say this, and now it makes total sense. But the reason why the negatives weigh so much heavier is survival, because we all have the survival instinct, you know? So if you have something that makes you feel warm and cozy, you're happy for it, but it doesn't like put you on your edge. Whereas somebody telling you, yo, what you do is trash, or I don't like you, or you look a certain type of way or whatever, it puts you on the defensive, which kicks in the survival instinct, even though obviously it's not life or death, but it kicks on a certain instinct that makes your instincts react in a more vital way, a more like stronger way. So then that way, that's why it hangs around with us. It's just natural. But it's something that I do believe you can like consciously defeat. So like you said, you think about it, you have to kind of like focus on like, ooh, that one person said something negative, I got to run and tell them about themselves, or hold up, let me just take a deep breath.
I just ignore it now.
Most of the time I ignore it unless it's something that's constructive that I can kind of engage and be like, all right, cool, I feel what you're saying. But if they're on some like disrespectful, like just dismissive stuff, I ignore it and I put that energy into going and find somebody who had a constructive, positive comment and go engage them and have a good exchange there.
I love the comments that say, boy, April G, I saw you and I thought, she ain't gonna know shit about hip hop. And then I watch you break whatever song it is down, and I'm just like, my bad. Don't judge a book by its cover. I love those kind of comments. I love that because I'm just grateful they gave me a chance.
Absolutely.
You never
imagine that was how I built my whole battle career in the beginning, because I would walk into a b-boy battle and then, or an MC, a b-boy jam with an MC battle, and I would enter they be looking at me and they be like, "Fuck's this guy gonna do? He ain't gonna do shit." Or who the Benjamin Miller? Who signed him up? Like, and then I go up there and then catch everybody off guard and slaughter the whole place. And so, like, I built my like whole early part of my career off of that same sneak attack, which is like people judge you by the way you look or the way you seem, and then you show them, "Oh no, I know something. I could do something."
Well,
and,
you know, I learned from Eminem. I am white. I am a fucking bum. I do live in a trailer with my mom. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
like, yeah, you're right.
It's there's something magic about being comfortable in who you are, and then like not really truly not giving a fuck about what anybody else thinks. And I can't say I wish I would have mastered it a little earlier in my life, but I'm cool whenever along this path I've been able to figure it out. We're not bulletproof, but at the same time, like, it's nice as the older you get, you start to feel way more comfortable and just be like, this is me.
Now. I mean, literally, this last year has been the worst year of my life. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's thank you, but you know, I have changed as a person and learned a lot about myself that I needed to learn. And I mean, I hate it had to happen the way it happened, but I've always had to learn stuff the hard way my whole life. I don't know why I'm like that. But hey, things look up eventually.
It happens it may, and it might not make sense in a moment, but you know, down the road you'd be like, oh, okay, wait a second. Now you like sometimes you have to look back and connect those dots and be like, oh, if it wouldn't have happened the hardest way, then I wouldn't have got to where I got to right here, and I needed to be there. So it's like It sometimes they don't make sense, but I try to have, you know, I'm not religious personally, but I try to have faith. I do respect the idea of faith, and I try to have faith that like eventually those dots will connect, you know, and patterns exist in nature. So it's like these things will eventually line up for the better. And I also just kind of like my daily mantra is just like nothing is good forever, and nothing is bad forever either. Like these things all cyclical, they all come in cycles, and so like you could be living good, just know that there's going to be some bad stuff that comes eventually.
Well, and at any given time your world can change. You just have no idea.
That's why you got to appreciate the moment for the moment, you know what I mean? Every day. That's it.
And live in the present. Oh, that's one of the hardest things ever too.
True that.
Okay, that right? If you could rid the world of one thing, what would it be?
I mean, right now in this current moment, like the first thing that pops to mind is war. You know what I mean? I would get rid of war. Like I don't get it. You know, like on the micro level, when it comes to humans, like violence is something that I just don't really comprehend. I've never been a violent person, so it's like just don't understand it. But on a macro level, like war between nations, war between different factions of people, just because of the way you look or sound or act or talk or whatever, like I just can't get it. So it'd be nice to not have to deal with that, because I personally just don't function with that.
I think my answer would probably be evil, because that would eliminate all of that.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean? No doubt.
But then at the same time, if you think about it, without evil, would we really know joy?
I have this debate with my friends sometimes where it's
I'm like, wait a minute.
You need balance. Everything needs balance. So it's hard to kind of like, can we exist without that negative? Can we exist in a truly peaceful society is a deep conversation I have with the homies sometimes. And it's like, I'm the cynical one that says like, I don't think it's possible. I'm not sure humans would take to that, because some humans just all they want to do is rage, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know if that we truly get to a place where we're all peaceful, but it's a nice thing to strive for.
Well, and thinking back, you know, usually in my life, the moments where I grew as a person the most were the most painful moments in my life. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Like, I'm a school shooting survivor, and I was 15. I was a freshman in high school when that happened. My best friend got shot and killed. And it really messed me up for a long time. I became a drug addict, and you know, I didn't know back then. It was 1995 here in Tennessee. It didn't happen. You know, this was before Columbine. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff didn't happen. So it wouldn't know therapy. It wouldn't know. You know, nobody asked.
Yeah, they didn't have a guidebook for it or any of that.
Yeah, my parents were just like glad I was alive. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So they
Yeah.
did the best. You know, they didn't know how to deal with that kind of stuff, and they're boomers. You know, so I grew up. Children are to be seen and not heard. You know, so we didn't really talk
Mhm.
about feelings and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a really deep. Makes you think a lot because while I want all this evil, like all this Epstein crap, and I want it all to disappear, but again, how would you know good without evil?
No doubt. No doubt.
So I don't. It's very difficult. I mean, I'm still saying. I mean, fuck a pedophile. Like, I
For
mean,
sure.
I'm sorry.
No, no, I'm
I
with you.
look,
I'm
I've
with you.
been
Yeah.
so I've been so quiet politically on my channel for years. And I was a hardcore Republican for most of my life. So now I'm neither. I don't
Yeah.
identify with I think it's two wings off the same bird, as they say. They're
Well,
all corrupt.
I don't think at the end of the day it's political to say fuck a pedophile. Though. I think everybody should
But
be able to agree
people
on that
are
shit.
that's what I said. I said in I don't know if you've heard it or not. Chris Webby, he put out Raw
Hmm.
Thoughts 7,
Hmm.
and it's
I
about
heard him
all
talking
that
about.
stuff.
Yeah, I heard him
And
talking
I
about that. And people are
reacted
mad
to
about
it.
it.
Oh man, man, I've started posting shorts videos of like about the Epstein files mainly, and then
Hmm.
now the war too, because I have a whole thought about the war. But anyway, I won't get into that, Lord God.
No
But
doubt.
so many people, I thought, like, and I said this in my reaction to Chris Webby's thing. I said, I thought, or it might have been to Mises's wood chipper. Anyway, I said, I
Hmm.
thought if anything in the world would unite all of us, it would be rising together to come against crimes and harm against children.
Straight up.
But it ain't. People are just, they're like, I'll post something straight from the files, bro, implicating our president, for example. And
Hmm.
they'll just be like, AI, bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you ain't even took the time to.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
It's
are
a
you
weird.
missing?
It's a weird time right now because people.
And I
I mean, you
hate
can't.
that's why
You,
another reason I fucking hate AI. Because now
yeah.
if somebody don't believe something, they just be like AI, and
Yeah. No,
and
for
and
sure.
then people just believe it. And I'm like, it's not AI.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, for sure.
Uh,
It's a weird time because you can't in one way you can't really be mad at people because they don't believe anything they see because things are getting harder to believe. So it's like understandable that they don't believe anything they see, and then it's like people are lazier than they've ever been, so they don't look for sources. They don't look for you know what I mean. So it's
right.
like it's definitely a challenging time for the truth, that's for sure. And it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, in the end of at the end of the, I think they say every action has an equal and opposite
Right.
reaction. Like right now, like the distortion of truth is getting hit super 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 hard, and
Mm-hmm.
eventually they will pull back on it. Like there's already people out there that are doing things to disrupt AI,
Mm-hmm.
images or AI like music scraping and stuff like that. The cat and the mouse game is still going back and forth. So it's like, sometimes we go through these periods where it's like going really hard in one way, and eventually the pendulum will swing back. When it swings back the other way, we'll hopefully get a better grip on this like out of control distortion of truth. But for
It's
right now, it's
wild.
hard. It's really hard,
It's wild. And I
Yeah.
have to ask you this: Kendrick or Drake?
Oh, okay. So when you say that, do you mean in specific? Do you mean specifically
I
in
mean
that
the
battle?
battle.
In that battle, what I will say is, I think at the end of the day, Kendrick definitely took it. Like if I had to, crown a winner myself, I would have said Kendrick took it. I think that people didn't give Drake enough credit. Personally, I thought Push Ups was fire.
Oh,
Um,
look, when I never have been a Drake fan, okay? I'm one of the
mhm,
biggest Drake haters there is.
yeah,
I'm just gonna I still can't stand him.
mhm,
I just cannot stand him. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this push-ups because it was the first one, I think. wasn't it?
No,
Yeah.
no. The first one
No.
was
The first one was the J. Cole, I think. I think the first one was the J. Cole that big as the what? That
yeah, that
shit.
was the one. That was the one that set it off. But then there was another Drake one
Like that.
before
And
Push Ups.
then,
There was another one, and then Push Ups was the second one.
what was the other one then? Because the second
It
one was
was
Tailor Made Freestyle, which was the AI shit.
there was another one. I'm gonna tell you right
I
now. Hold
didn't
on.
hear the other one then. I only heard Push Ups, Tailor Made Freestyle, then 316 or whatever the fuck in LA, then Euphoria.
Family Matters, and then
That comes after Euphoria.
oh, sorry. So no, I'm thinking about Family Matters. Push Ups was
Oh,
cool,
okay.
but I like Family Matters. To
I
me,
didn't.
Family Matters was fire.
I didn't
Family
like
Matters
it.
was fire. I thought
I
Family Matters was dope. So
There's too many other people on that for me. I remember reacting to that, and I thought in my head, and this is after I reacted to because Family Matters came after Euphoria, right? Or did it come after Meet the Ground? No, it's after Euphoria. Because
yeah, was it after
Euphoria to
Euphoria?
me is the best track of the whole battle. But I went into Family Matters with an open mind. I'm like, I already thought he lost, but I'm like, you know what? Let me give this stupid motherfucker, whatever. I can't stand him, but hey.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I really
I
did. I
think
mean, you can watch my reaction, but when I finally knew I was right the whole time was when he dropped that weak ass, bitch ass Heart Part 6 and lied and said Kendrick said he was molested and Mother I Sober. No, the fuck he didn't.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He said the
Um,
opposite. That pissed me the fuck off because I'm like, bro, his
yeah,
little
I didn't like that one
fans,
too much either.
the little bitches and shit, they ain't gonna take the time to go look up the Kendrick song. They're just gonna
Mhm.
think that that's what it is because Drake said it, and that made me mad. But then Kendrick dropped "Meet the Grams," and then the next morning, "Not Like Us."
Yeah,
So it was,
that was the one two. That was the 1-2 punch that
bro.
closed it out. Closed
Hey,
it
that
out.
was the
And
funnest time being a reactor. Let me tell you, it was great. We didn't get no sleep, but it was amazing.
yeah, yeah, no, for
Amazing.
sure. I mean, yeah, being a fan of just the music in general, like it was the most exciting rap had been in a while.
Yeah. And I would clown on J. Cole. I've had so much fun. Now, do you have any announcements or shout outs you would like to make?
Oh yeah, 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 for sure. First, I got to shout out the Wrecking Crew. So I got a beautiful community on
Absolutely.
Patreon we've been rocking now for 6 years, which is
They
crazy.
really are cool. Like anytime on Twitter, I can just post that I reacted to something and they're like on it. You know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean?
Absolutely. No, 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 for sure. They're super active. Like I got a few members that are active on Twitter, a few members that are super active on IG in terms of running the pages, the official
Mhm.
pages. And then like it's just been a dope community. It started as a fundraiser in 2019 for mixing. Like I did 52 freestyles in a year,
Right,
and it was
right.
weekly, and it was going to cost me some bread to get it all mixed. So some people suggested like, oh, GoFundMe or Patreon. So I started this Patreon 2019 to fundraise for this mixing project. And then it kind of like turned into this organic community of like
Mhm.
my most diehard fans. And then on top of that, they were enjoying what I was bringing, the weekly live streams and content and exclusive drops, and I was opening up my vault hard drive and just kind of like showing them stuff nobody had ever heard before. So they got super into that. So it's been cool like developing it, and it's been going now 6 years. So shout out to everybody at the Wrecking Crew. If you want to check me out over there, it's thewreckingcrew.com. So it's WREKING crew.com,
Mhm.
thewreckingcrew.com. And or I'm on Patreon. You can just search Wrekonize. And so yeah, check me out over there. Shout out to my Mayday brothers, everybody at It Goes Up and Strange Music, all my people. I got a new project coming out hopefully in the next like couple of months
Oh,
by the summer. Yeah, I got a new full
that's
length coming out.
exciting.
Yeah, it's been like 5 years since my
It
last full
has.
length
It's been
album.
a
Yeah, I've just been doing singles and kind of feeling
while.
out the territory, but a full length is coming. And then for the first time in a very long time, I'm going to be touring solo this summer. So hopefully,
That is
like, yeah, June, July, I think we're going to be announcing hopefully soon. We're just locking in all the dates now, but hopefully in a city somewhere near you so we can link up. But yeah, I'll be touring in the late summer.
Okay. Now you don't have to do this. I ask everybody. I didn't ask Tech though because he was running. He had to go to a show. He was on tour when I interviewed him, so I didn't get to ask him. But I ask everybody. You don't have to. Can you freestyle something?
Ooh, damn. Okay.
You don't have to.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, I got a couple bars off the top, probably. They say I say my name a lot. You know the name is recognized. I'm kicking it with April G here for exercise. We here to kick it now. Now flip the view. I'm here to rock it with some missed showers on this interview. We freestyle from time to time. That is how we payday. Now I've been rocking for all these years with my boys in Mayday. You know what it is. I'm here to tell the truth. It's Reco saying peace from Miss April G up in the booth.
Fire.
Hey.
I love it. I'm so honored that you took time to, allow me to interview you, man. For real.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. I've always been a fan of your reactions, and when we got to meet as well, you had a great energy, you and your son, and I seen the interview you did with Tech, and like I always been, I've been following you on social since I caught wind of you. So I'm glad you're still out there doing it, and I know it's been a rough year this past year for you, but hopefully everything shifts into a positive like direction for you going forward, and just keep doing what you do. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm honored to be chatting with you.
Thank you so much. All right, y'all. So this has been my interview with Wrekonize. Y'all, please comment below your thoughts. Be real. Be respectful, please. But be real. I will put the link to Wrekonize's YouTube channel in the description box. So y'all, please be sure to click on that link. Go watch his stuff. Like it. Comment on it. Share it. Subscribe. He's dope. If you don't know, now you know.
Yeah.
And please like this video on your way out, a lot more important than you think. And please subscribe to my channel, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.
Peace.